Well, we are at Waterville Elysian Morristown High School as the Grizzlies of Waterville Elysian Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton are about to do battle with the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights in Gopher Conference wrestling action here on the mighty 920. Our coverage is service of Amesbury Truth, Milo Peterson Ford, Kenyon. I was just there earlier today. I think they sold a beautiful canary yellow Mustang convertible. It was gorgeous. If you're interested, I think they could probably order you one. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, Kenyon Ace Hardware, Channel Inn in Warsaw bring you our broadcast along with Federated Mutual Insurance, H&R Block with offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. The Security State Bank of Kenyon also brings you our broadcast here tonight. I'll be giving you the Kenyon Ace Hardware lineups as the Knights are warming up on the mat in front of me here. The Grizzly blue mat, green. It says Grizzly on one side of the mat. That's right in front of where the Grizzlies will be sitting. From Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. It's different. I mean, it's not, it's not sky blue, and it's not, it's a blue with green and some gold. It says wrestling in front of where the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights will be sitting. Kenyon-Wanamingo in red and white with some black and red and hooded warm-ups. And the Grizzlies have not yet hit the mat here with a big light shining on the center of the mat here in Grizzlies company. Let's tune into the public address announcer.
Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, as well as Janesville, Pemberton, wrestling, whether they were with us before the co-op or graduated since we've had the co-op, but honoring them today. So first up, graduate 1997, former Bulldog wrestler and member of the 1996-1997 state qualifying team for Janesville Bulldogs, and a wrestler.
Well, it's alumni night. They're announcing some alumni who are participating here tonight. They had some little kids earlier. Nathan Lexfold, of course, is the head coach of the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights. His assistants are Wayne Lexfold, Josh Jacobson, Chad Lexfold, and Matt Lexfold. And for the Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton Grizzlies, their head coaches are Adam Ressler, Skylar Petrie, and Mike Richards. The assistants are Sean Murphy, Brady Ayers, Colin Ayers, and Rich Davis. Ann Adams, Ava Quast, and Ashlyn Wendt are the managers. The cheerleaders are Tiara Anderson, Victoria Blumstrom, Ariana Aguilar, Callista March, Camilla Montorsi, Abigail Sabolik, Lydia Helsnitz, and Elizabeth Harvey. I hope I pronounced all those right. A lot of young kids are out here wrestling. There were girls and boys both wrestling, and it was quite a crowd here. There still is quite a crowd here for this. The Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights. I kind of followed their bus over here earlier tonight. I was on my way back from Milo Peterson Ford in Kenyon, as luck would have it. Purchased a vehicle back in the middle of the summer. Had some issues with the navigation system, and they checked her out. We're going to have to make an appointment and see if we can't get that remedied. All the technology they got in the vehicles these days. Incredible. But they're always welcoming and hospitable, never upset that you give them a call and need some help. And that hasn't been true with every dealership I ever worked with, I can tell you that. So while they are announcing the alumni here, the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights are doing some continued warm-ups on the mat. I'm sure the Grizzlies will have a little time for that too. As I certainly want to thank Mr. Baran. You're in tune to KDHL AM in Faribault, Minnesota. A Town Square media station, 920 on the AM dial, 97.9 FM worldwide on the free KDHL app. And tell your friends and neighbors that they want to listen to wrestling action on the mighty 920. to tune in worldwide on the app. Jeff Brand is the activities director here. Always very easy to work with. We appreciate that very much. We're doing a fundraiser here for the food cooler. They have to buy food every meet match they go to, so $240 a time, they told me. So it's a half the pot thing. You donate, and then whatever the pot is, half of it goes to you, and half of it is kept by the Booster Club, and they put together the food cooler for the matches and the tournaments that the Grizzlies go to. So it's a fundraiser for the Grizzlies. Well, I tell you, some of these alumni look like they could hit the mat right now and wrestle again. I'm talking about some of the guys that are might be close to my age. My, oh my. I didn't quite hear the year that young man, but he looks like he might be close to my age. Most of them look like they're from the 80s, 90s, which isn't all that long ago, but well, I guess when I think about it, it is all that long ago. I'm an old guy. Again, Kenyon-Wanamingo warming up on the mat in front of me as they're introducing the alumni. Good turnout of alumni here. I see 22 guys out there for the alumni. They could put a team of themselves out there. They're just recognizing the alumni. They don't have to come out and wrestle. Some of them have little guys that are wrestling. There were little girls wrestling too, but I don't see any of them near the alumni. I did see some little guys going over and asking for money, you know. Dad's a ATM machine. Those words were never uttered when I was a kid. I never, ever asked my dad for money that I recall when I was a kid. You knew better. 16, you got a job, and if you wanted to buy something, you saved and bought it. So the Knights are done with their warm-ups, it appears, or at least on the mat. They're going to go do some stretching. All these coaches for both these teams' names are kind of familiar, so I think virtually all of them wrestled at these respective schools. I don't remember how long they've had the pairing here, the co-op, with Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton, and Waterville, Elysium, Morristown. I just don't remember. It's like they got a huge trophy across the way, so I don't know, maybe this is for the Gopher Conference Championship. I guess I don't know. Should have found out. Or maybe that's what they put all the red tickets in for the food cooler fundraiser that we contributed toward. Nice man over here is going to check the numbers for me because I'll be on the air and won't be able to hear them call them. So everybody's getting situated here. They moved Kenyon-Wanamingo. From the right to the left. So the the Grizzlies will be sitting in the green WEM chairs to our right, and the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights sitting at the green with white WEM on the back of the chairs to our left. See if I can't get a couple of pictures snipped here of the scene. Kenyon-Wanamingo comes into this particular match rated number 6 in the state in the latest Guillotine rankings. Chatfield is number 1 in Class A out of southeast Minnesota. Unfortunately, same section as Kenyon-Wanamingo if you're a Knight fan. Dole-Riota, also out of Section 1, is rated number 10. Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, I do believe, is in Section 2. And their highest ranked team is Lake Crystal Welcome Memorial at number 9. Goodhue out of Section 1 is in Lean and Mean. And nobody out of Section 2 is in Lean and Mean. Remember, they changed the weights this season. They moved up a pound on a few weights. They totally eliminated the 185 pound or 195 pound, whatever it was, 195 pound. Totally eliminated that. Went from 106 to 107, 113 to 114, 120 to 21, 26 to 27, 32 to 33, 38 to 39. They kept 145, kept 152, kept 160, moved from 170 to 171, 182 to 189, and added a 215 instead of a 220 before the 285. They're flipping here. To get to choose what wrestler you put out on the mat. And I missed it. Chanelin Warsaw bringing you our scoreboard here tonight. Chanelin and Warsaw, man, I tell you, they have got such terrific food. If you got a birthday party coming up or, I don't care what it is, confirmation, something you want to celebrate in your family, or just a night to go out and get some good food, there's no better place to get it than the Chanelin in Warsaw. As people are getting ready for the national anthem, we'll be back in 90
Every
seconds.
part counts at Amesbury Truth. And the most important one is the part you'll play when you join their team. As the leading provider of window and door products in North America, Amesbury Truth has a part for you. Right now, they're hiring. And those positions come with competitive wages, benefits, and plenty of opportunities too. So you never stop growing. Isn't it time you open the door to a career at Amesbury Truth? Get details and apply online at atcareers.com or amesburytruth.com/careers.
Milo Peterson Ford in Kenyon has been family owned and operated since 1961. They value every single customer. More new vehicles are arriving on their lot every day. An excellent selection of pre-enjoyed vehicles are available. No pressure there either. Speaking of pressure, remember Milo Peterson Ford is a place to go for tires for your vehicles also. They have all the name brands. Parts and service department is second to none at Milo Peterson Ford, Highway 56 North, Kenyon. Since 1876, Wanamingo Mutual Insurance has been protecting people in the Wanamingo area with agents who know the community. Daryl Clavin and Bonnie Herman are joined by Faribault Insurance and GMI Insurance Wanamingo to provide auto, farm insurance, homeowners, business owners, workers' comp, inland marine, and umbrella liability protection. Phone 507-824-2912 for details. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, a non-profit company developed to help neighbors. Main office located at 209 Main Street, Wanamingo.
Well, the lights are being dimmed here as the overhead light takes over the center of the mat.
Wrestling 114 for the Grizzlies, Isaac Miller for the Knights. Wrestling 121 for the Grizzlies, Parker James. Wrestling 127 for the Grizzlies, Carson James. For the Knights, Lee Summers. Wrestling 133 for the Grizzlies, Carson Petrie. For the Knights, Winston Wilson. Wrestling 139 for the Grizzlies, Cross. For the Knights, Luke Jackson. Wrestling 145 for the Grizzlies, Lucas Morski. For the Knights, Harry Johnson. Wrestling 152 for the Grizzlies, Patrick Adams. And for the Knights, Derek Cross. Wrestling 160 for the Grizzlies, Gavin Krowski. And for the Knights, Dylan Mattel. Wrestling 172 for the Grizzlies, Isaac Cross. And for the Knights, Gabriel Wilson. Wrestling 189 for the Grizzlies, Avery Fall. And for the Knights, David Mattel. Wrestling 215 for the Grizzlies, Maddox Marino. For the Knights, Will Van Wrestling heavyweight for the Grizzlies, Keegan Kubo. For the Knights, Tyler Cooper. The Knights official is Hugh Gray.
Well, I hope you caught that. I didn't quite catch it all myself, but then my hearing is what it probably should be. 107, we start. The Grizzlies will be Brendan Masso. He's a 7th grader going up against Liam Summer, an 8th grader at 107 pounds, and a nice single leg kickdown and pushing away. He's just going to try and rack up points here is Mr. Summer from Kenyon-Wanamingo. He now has him down on the mat. He's going to let him go again. So he's feeling very confident, obviously. Here he looked like he was going to go in for a fireman's carry, but he ended up just grabbing upper body, brings him down again. So already a 6-2 lead, and the 2 are points he allowed him to have. Now he's got him in a pinning combination, and nice job of wriggling out of that by the Grizzlies wrestler, Masso. He's trying to turn him here, and he's got him pretty flat to the mat. Here may be the slap of the mat. 1:11 to go in the first period. That's a long time to try and hang on the bottom, and that's the pin. 106 of the first period. 6 points. Kenyon-Wanamingo leads. After the fall, talk about pins. They got pins, diamonds, you name it, at Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. It's 6-0 Kenyon-Wanamingo on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. Man, I tell you, every meal that I've ever had there has been phenomenal. Their taco pizzas are incredible. 114 was listed as open on the varsity, but obviously they're filling a guy in there. Brian Jacobson from Kenyon-Wanamingo. By the way, at 107 pounds, Jacobson was listed as the sophomore as the number 2 ranked 107-pounder. He bumps up to 114, and he's got the Grizzly down on the mat. Looking to get a cradle in here. He's got him, almost had that cradle in. Good job of flattening out, not allowing him to get the cradle in by the Grizzly, who is Isaac Miller. Miller is a 7th grader, and there's a pin at 118 of the first period. So, on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard, it's 12-0 Kenyon-Wanamingo. As we go to 121 pounds, Kenyon Ace Hardware is the place to start whenever you've got a project going on. So Parker James going up against Ryan LeCan for Kenyon-Wanamingo at 121 pounds. Already 12-0 Knights. A shot attempt by the Grizzly, who was not able to successfully get in there. Looks like he's got a little bit more leverage, a little taller than LeCan. He got tied up on their right and left arm, and Trying to do an underhook there was the Kenyon-Wanamingo wrestler, but backing up was James. James again looked like he wanted to do a shot there. He does a little chuck move, and he got himself in trouble there. He got underneath. McCann did not take advantage of that yet, though. Now he shoots with a single to a double. Tries to elevate it, does LeCan. And now he gets caught underneath by James, but LeCan grabs him and puts him back to the mat for a 2-point takedown. And a 2-0 lead with 58 seconds to go in the first period. First two matches ended in falls in the first period. One of those was in 54 seconds. And the other was in 32 seconds. Or not 54, but as there's 40 seconds to go in the period. Still 2-0 LeCan on top. He was on top as they had broken, went to the middle of the mat. He's trying to pick a leg and curling up and trying to pick off the arm is James. Now he's going to try and see if he can't turn him over, but James is pretty solid on his belly. The official, telling him to get more movement in his wrestling, I'm guessing, as LeCan brings him back, almost drags him on top of himself. Now he walks to the other side and pushes and drags and tries to get him tilted. Can't do that either. He's trying. He's wrestling a guy that's a little bigger than he is, and that's the first period. Scored 2-0 LeCan. This is the first match we've gone to a second period. Kenyon-Wanamingo up 12-0 on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. I'm telling you, they got great pizzas. I've been told they're pickle pizzas out of this world good. I'm not a big pickle guy myself, but I don't doubt that they have because every meal I've had there has been good. Got to try their chicken one of these days. I've had their fish. It's phenomenal. Breaking away is LeCan for an escape. Should be 3-0 on the board. Still 2-0 as LeCan gets another takedown for 2 more points. And we should be at 5 right now. Scoreboard says 4. As he did award that point on the escape. So LeCan looks up at the scoreboard and sees 4-0. He had a takedown, that's 2 points. He had an escape, that would have been 3, and then another takedown would be 5, but it says 4 on the board. As he breaks down James to the mat, trying to take that arm and drag it to the back and see if he can't get him back onto his back. He's behind him now. He's going to walk around the other side. He walks that arm around. His right foot right near the head. He's got him tilted on his back. Minute 8 to go in the period, and we've got another pin. Another fall. There's more than pins. There's diamonds. You name it. At Todgy Jewelry in downtown Kenyon, you don't want just any diamond. You want a Todgy
Ace
Jewelry
is the
diamond.
only national retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint. Now, Benjamin Moore's premium quality and huge selection of colors will be right in your neighborhood. Along with the award-winning service and advice Ace has always provided for your paint projects. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their paint. Kenyon Ace Hardware has all the accessories you need also. Brushes, rollers, ladders, you name it. In Kenyon, Ace is truly the place.
By the way, LeCan was rated, he was bumped up a weight too. LeCan's rated number 3 in the state at 114 pounds. The sophomore for the Knights goes up a weight and gets a pin as we go to 127 pounds. Immediate action here is Kenyon-Wanamingo. A nice tight double breaks him down to the mat. Here at 127 pounds. Got to turn my flashlight on here. If I can get it done. Some reason it's not turning on. There we go. 127 pounds. We got Reed Summer for Kenyon-Wanamingo against Carson Petrie of Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Bremerton. He got the takedown. Did Summer. Check and see if he's ranked in the guillotine rankings in Class A. We're at 127 pounds. And Petrie is rated number 9. The junior for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. He's down 2-0 in this one. As the official blows the whistle. Nice single leg. Good quick movement there. And he brought, I'm assuming this is Petrie down. Petrie snaps the head down, and he gets his head down too low, and he gets brought down to the mat, and he's in some trouble. He's tight to the chest, and there's another fall. 38 seconds to go in the first period. Wow. It's been pin-itis. 24-0 Kenyon-Wanamingo after the first 4 weights all.
It's always
fall.
fun at the Channel Inn on Cannon Lake in Warsaw. Hey, it's Michelle. We would love to have you come out and have a good time. The Channel Inn offers delicious food like homemade pizza, roasted chicken, burgers, and sandwiches. We even have gluten-free, dairy-free, and some vegetarian options. We're open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday, with later hours until 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The Channel Inn in Warsaw, just west of Faribault. Come for the food, stay for the fun. Get the details at thechannelinmn.com.
Well, 133 pounds, Mason Hansen for Kenyon-Wanamingo. Carson James for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown are the scheduled wrestlers. As not a lot of action, but no points yet in this particular match. Kenyon-Wanamingo leads on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard 24-0. You always score a great meal at Channel Inn. Lots of action as 2-point takedown for the Grizzly wrestler, trying to get their first win here. He tries to grab the outside arm and drag it inside as he's behind the night wrestler. £133. Neither one of these teams have a ranked wrestler at that weight. In Kenyon-Wanamingo comes into tonight ranked 8th in the state in Class A. Not a lot of activity at the moment. Both are kind of curled at the center of the mat, and there's really not a whole lot going on. He's trying to, the Grizzly trying to, now he gets to his base, and then he gets fit back down to the mat. He was the knight that was at his base. Who again is Hansen. Now the official gave a warning to Hansen to do a little more activity here and try and get out of this hold. Hansen does get his hand broken free. He's diving inside to grab the outside shoulder. Is the Grizzly wrestler, James, and the first period's over, and it's 2-0, James on top of Mason. As the Grizzlies are looking for their first win in this match, down 24-0, first 4 weights, all falls, and 3 of the 4 in the first period. In kind of a dominating performance here by the Knights. Grizzly will be down. So Hansen up. James down. And there's a lot of twirling action. But still 2-0. Trying to get an escape here is James. If he can break off his leg from the arm, he'll get it. And they do award 2 points to the Grizzly. He's up 4-0 now. Turning to face him is the Knight. He gets an escape, and it's 4-1. 4-1 is our score. Janesville, Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton on top here at 133 pounds. Here in the second period, 4-1. James on top. Carson James. Carson is a junior. And we got a potentially dangerous call, and we're going to He's holding his knee, is James. No reset with both standing up here with 1:06 to go in the second period. James and Mason Hansen. And both wrestlers just kind of stalking around the center of the mat, looking for an opportunity to shoot. The shot was made, and then a nice counter there by the Knight. He's got him in a bit of a behind headlock, and they're going to go off the edge of the mat over by the Kenyon-Wanamingo bench and go back to the center. 38 seconds to go here in the second period. It's 4-1. James on top. As he shoots, nice double leg. He elevates and trips him, but he can't get the trip in. Nice job there by the Knight to avoid that trip. They end up over at the side of the mat. No points awarded. Still 4-1. 23 seconds to go in the second period. Kind of pushing at him there is Hansen. Grabbing the head is James. Tries to shoot. Hansen counters. Brings him back to the far side and almost goes into the scorer's table in the hardwood where the basketball court is. So they'll redirect him to the center of the mat. Grizzlies with a big G on the front of their wrestling singlet. As an aggressive move by Hansen. He gets a takedown with seconds to go in that period to make it 4-3. Well, you know, in every sport, giving up points late in any period is not a good thing. So it's 4-3 as we go into the third. Anybody's match. Double leg shot by James is blocked nicely by Hansen. He tries it again, this time a single leg. He's got it. He's trying to bring him down the mat. He grabs the other leg, trying to bring him back toward the center of the mat. He's got him down. Now a rollover by the Knight. He's got both his hands behind the legs, and I think we're going to have a stalemate here. The official's going to break them up. 4-3, the Grizzly on top here at 133 pounds as they're trying to get on the scoreboard, down 24-0. The Channel Inn scoreboard. Milo Peterson Ford, keys to the match. Well, you want to stay off your back, and so far the Knights have. For Kenyon-Wanamingo, they've had nothing but pins. Makes Taji Jewelry proud. There's a double leg by the Kenyon-Wanamingo wrestler. Somehow, the Grizzly ended up on his feet along with the Knight. No points awarded. It's 4-3. We have a minute to go in the third period. Both are just kind of hanging on to each other's arm in the center. Pushing toward him and pushing toward him as the Knight. You don't want to get a stalling call. That would tie the match if you got a point. Oh, a nice chuck move there by the Knight to get away. Is he going to get the takedown? If he would, he'd take the lead. He's got him in a fetal position on the mat. Does the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knight. 34 seconds to go. It's still 4-3. No points have been awarded because he's got a hold of the Knight leg. Does James, and was hanging on for dear life. 24 seconds. They'll go back to the center of the mat here at 133 pounds. And again, the aggressor is the Knight. His coach telling him to go after it. 16 seconds to go. He grabs him around the head, tries to underhook him. 24-0 Knights lead. 9 seconds to go. Backing away is the Grizzly. The coach wants a stalling call. He's not going to get it. That's going to be the match. Wow. 4-3 is the final. That might have been Petrie moved up. I didn't hear what they were saying. But the final's 4-3, and the Grizzlies get on the board. It's 24-3. as we go to 139 pounds.
Federated Mutual Insurance Company is hiring in Owatonna and Mankato. Federated Insurance offers full training, competitive pay and benefits, plenty of room for growth, and an unmatched company culture. We are seeking talented professionals who are comfortable working with multiple computer systems and who have a strong attention to detail. No insurance experience is required. Join a company that values hard work and continues to thrive and grow. Learn more and apply now at federatedinsurance.com.
Zach Quast for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton, going up against Luke Johnson for Kenyon-Wanamingo at 139. Johnson is a sophomore. Zach Quast, as Johnson, it's a single, and now Quast is reversed on top of him. Still holding that leg is Johnson. Quast is a sophomore as well. No score. They go back to the center of the mat with 1:22 to go in the first period. And Gordy Kosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone from Waterville, Elysian, Morristown High School. Wrestling action for the Gopher Conference. State-ranked Kenyon-Wanamingo showing their power, up 24-3 as Johnson breaks Quast down to the mat again, gets the takedown for 2 points with 57 seconds to go in the first period. On the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard, where every meal is delicious and the atmosphere is fantastic. They have entertainment there from time to time. It's just really a good family atmosphere. And you'll love the deck in the summer. Not a lot of activity at the moment, as Johnson's trying to turn Quast here. He's still up 2-0 with 27 seconds to go. Firmly on top. He's got that leg right in, it appears. Now he's going to abandon that. Looks like he's trying to put a cradle in, but it's going to be a tough wrestler to cradle. Got some length to him. He had it in for an instant. He's got him tilted. The official is counting as he got out of it just as the period ended. Some points, I think, are awarded. Yep, 3 back points for Johnson, who's up 5-0 after the first period. You just joined us. The first 4 matches were all falls for Kenyon-Wanamingo. They're up 24-0 before the Grizzlies won the last match in a thriller 4-3. As Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. Wrestler on top. He's trying to break down. He's pushing down on the head. Now he grabs the arm. Outside arm. A nice job of getting around him by Kenyon-Wanamingo. He's going to get the takedown here. Oh, I guess they didn't give him the takedown. 7-0 is your score. Kenyon-Wanamingo on top. So they gave him the takedown. Johnson. And Johnson's got him pretty flat to the mat. It's going to be very close. 1:14 to hold on. He does get that right shoulder up and turned over. 3 back points awarded to make it 10-0 in favor of Johnson over Quast. Johnson drives into him again. Trying to hook the arm was Quast, and boy, he's trying to keep his hips elevated, but boy, the shoulders look to be on the mat. He's trying to wiggle out of this with 46 seconds to go in the second period. He's going to do it tighter and tighter, and boy, that looks pretty flat. Nice job to elevate the hips again, though, and get those legs. He's going to throw in the leg right again, so he can't elevate the hips, and they get the pin. With 30 seconds to go, the fall in 2 minutes, or 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Another fall, another 6 points, and a 30-3 lead for Kenyon-Wanamingo after 139.
H&R Block offices in Owatonna, Faribault, and Lakeville remind you now is the time to get your paperwork in order for tax season. Book your appointment at one of the offices where in-person or drop-off filing is available. No computer program can ask every single possible tax question. The tax professionals in Lakeville, Faribault, and Owatonna average 10 years experience, and you can request the same preparer every year. File your way at H&R Block offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund.
Well, I lost my guillotine when I dropped my phone, so I love it. 30-3 is our score. Kenyon-Wanamingo wrestler out here, I believe, is Gavin Johnson. Lucas Morshing out there at 145 for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. They double leg, and he brings him down to the mat, and they do award the takedown there, 2-0 in favor of Johnson. We just had Luke Johnson pick up a fall, and now Gavin Johnson's trying to do the same thing. He's got him in a headlock. Now he's going to go toward, drags him back. He's trying to get a cradle in here. Grabs the outside arm. He's from behind. Now trying to get to his base is the Grizzly, and he nearly got there, but he got to the edge of the mat. 2-0. Johnson leads over Morshing here at 145 pounds. See if I can get my guillotine back. By the way, Gavin Johnson is the number 1 rated 139-pounder in the state at Class A. So he's bumped up to 145. It looks like that's what the Knights have done, pretty much bumped everybody up a weight here tonight. And a little extra work against a heavier opponent. The Grizzly got up and ran off to the edge of the mat. We go back to the center. 2-0. Johnson leads here at 145 pounds. That's 6 more pounds if he's at the minimum, right? Trying to trip him down, and does get the trip. See if he gets another takedown here. He's got 9 seconds to work with, and I don't know that he has it. The official looking, and that's the end of the first period. 2-0. Gavin Johnson on top of Lucas Morshing. The Grizzly got his choice here, and he picks up. Does Morshing. Trying to break down Johnson, who stands up trying to pick the arms off, and he does get the escape to make it 3-0. Turns to face his opponent. I think he wanted to snap him down. He's going to go to a single leg, try to elevate it. Trying to trip him was the Grizzly, and he tripped himself onto the mat. Quickly got to his belly after being on his back for an instant. And the scoreboard just went out. The scoreboard just went out. The time, of course, on the clock as well. The official says we got a scoreboard issue. So the scoreboard just went out here at Waterville, Elysian, Morristown High School. They co-op with Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. They think they got it back. Minute 42 to go, second period. 3-0 is the score. Gavin Johnson on top of Lucas Morshing. Johnson the Knight. Morshing the Grizzly. H&R Block offices at Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville bring you whatever stats I can muster here. All I can tell you so far is it's been 5 falls, and it's a 30-3 lead. Trying to break down is Johnson as he tried to stand up. Did Morshing. He'll bring him back down to the mat. Up by a 5-0 score with another takedown. As that inside arm trying to break it free is Morshing. He drags that left arm. Now he's going to walk around To his left is Gavin Johnson. He's got him in a precarious situation here. And he's asking he kicks, trying to kick out of it, elevates his hips. Does Morshing. He is not pinned yet. He wiggled out of it. He does get 3 back points to make it 8-0, Gavin Johnson. Johnson trying to push that head down and keep him down on the mat. As Johnson looks to be firmly in control, trying to pick the hand is Morshing. He got that accomplished, I think, or at least one of the hands, as they're on close to the edge of the mat where the Grizzlies are here at Waterville Elysian Morristown High School. Gopher Conference Wrestling action. Gavin Johnson rated number 1 at 139, wrestling at 145 as an 8-0 lead going into the third period. So if you don't get pinned and you're the Grizzly, that's an accomplishment, right? This is the number 1 guy at 139. I know we're at 145. Now one of the coaches from the Grizzlies is asking the official or pointing something out to the official. Obviously, I can't see him this far away, and it's dark over there, so I couldn't even try to read lips. Just a big light atop the center of the mat here at Waterville Elysian Morristown High School. See if I can get a picture of this. I think we got one that we can use a bit later. There's a nice shot, but good defense that time by Johnson. Now he does have his right leg. Johnson's right leg is being held here as I lost my light again. They stalemate on the edge of the mat. 8-0, Johnson leads against Lucas Morshing. So Johnson, a single leg shot. He gets his hips down on top of, and now goes behind and gets the 2-point takedown. It's 10-0 Johnson. Minute 8 to go in the match. Kenyon-Wanamingo firmly in front 30-3. All of their matches have been pins. They're more than pins. There are diamonds. They got great timepieces, grandfather clocks, cuckoo clocks, you name it, at Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. They're on the edge like a couple of pretzels of the mat here. Not a lot of activity in the 39 seconds to go. He's got that leg right in. Does Johnson. He is away from that now as he's trying to get off to the side and turn him. The official warning the down man to make some movement here. He does try to get to his base, grabbing both those legs. He's going to try and drag him back toward the circle on the mat. 16 seconds to go. Morshing trying to grab the leg of Johnson, but can't do it, and that's going to be this one. Going to end up in a 10-0 score. No more points are going to be awarded. 10-0 is the score. Johnson wins for Kenyon-Wanamingo. So gets the 4 team points. It's 34-3 as we go to 152
Make
pounds.
it personal, make it Taji Jewelry.
Awards by Taji and Kenyon can assist you in recognizing someone with plaques or trophies in a variety of styles and price ranges. Say thanks to a dedicated employee. Reward a son or daughter's accomplishments. Whatever the occasion, Taji Jewelry in Kenyon has the experience to assist in choosing the appropriate award. Teams throughout the area have used Awards by Taji because they know the service is unmatched and the price is right.
Well, we go to 152 pounds. It's Trent Foss for Kenyon-Wanamingo, Patrick Adams for Waterville Elysian Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. Here at 152 pounds. By the way, Kenyon-Wanamingo's Dylan Bartle is the 4th-ranked wrestler in the state at 160. And it looks like he's scheduled to wrestle at 160. Looks like they bumped him up. It's already 6-3 with 1:26 to go here in the first period. A lot of activity here as he gets the double leg. This Foss brings him down to the mat. Boy, he's flat on his chest to chest, but he wriggles out of that. He's going to let him go here, I think. Feeling pretty comfortable with an 8-3 lead, and looks like he might be going as he gets the single leg and brings him down and has him on the edge of the mat, trying to get those shoulders down, and he called the pin with 51 seconds to go in this first period. 6 more points with another fall on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. It is 40-3 Kenyon-Wanamingo. You always score a great meal at the Channel Inn. Great entertainment.
Every part counts at Amesbury Truth. And the most important one is the part you'll play when you join their team. As the leading provider of window and door products in North America, Amesbury Truth has a part for you. Right now, they're hiring. And those positions come with competitive wages, benefits, and plenty of opportunities too. So you never stop growing. Isn't it time you open the door to a career at Amesbury Truth? Get details and apply online at atcareers.com or amesburytruth.com/careers.
Now 160, Dylan Bartle scheduled here for Kenyon-Wanamingo. Already told you his ranking, going against Gavin Krause here at 160 pounds. And Bartle ranked 4th in the state at 160. 40-3 Knights lead it on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. I love their taco pizza. Their burgers are out of this world good. I have had their fish. I've not tried their chicken. I've been told it's phenomenal. And people tell me their dill pickle pizzas are phenomenal. They're pickle pizzas. Snapped down of the head there by the Grizzly, who's trying to run around, grab that leg, but gets disconnected. 2-1 is the score. The Grizzly on top here. And I'm assuming this is Bartle. That's who is listed to wrestle here. Got a hold of that left hand, and he's not let go of that Russian arm tie. And he's trying to see if he can't find a hole, and he can't find a hole. It's still 2-1 in favor of Krause. Bartle looking to shoot. Now Krause does a double leg, brings him down to the mat. He tries to get that leg in. Back points were being awarded. He gives 2 points. 6-1. Grizzly on top here after one period. So I'm guessing this is not Bartle, even though the program said it was. They probably bumped him up to 171 like everybody else. So this might be Kiefer Olson. The pit's not being able to hear real well. Be nice to be able to just plug right into the PA, if you know what I mean. Trying to get to his base is the Knight wrestler. Krause tries to trip him down. They're on the edge of the mat on the near side. And they're going to bring him back to the center. 6-1 Grizzly wrestler on top. It's 40-3 Kenyon-Wanamingo. All but one of the matches has been a fall for the Knights when they've won, and the one win was obviously a regular win for Janesville. Oh my, there's back points by the Grizzly again. Now he's going to lift the right leg. Try and get him situated where he tries to get a cradle in. I don't think that's going to happen. He does get awarded a couple of points for the takedown. So it's 8-1. Looks to be a little frustrated that he can't get him turned. A little animated with his movement there as he grabs the left hand and grabs it over the back of the Knight. And he's got him almost turned. You can hear the crowd. He's getting back points. Trying to hold it off as the Knight with 30 seconds to go in the second period. I don't know if he can. This is probably going to be a fall for the Grizzlies here at 160 pounds. And boy, that official is looking and looking and looking and not seeing it flat. He's trying to get it tighter, and rolling out of it was the Knight. Some of the fans here thought it was a fall. 3 points awarded. It's 11-1 as we go to the second period. I can pretty much guarantee this is not Bartle. I've always said for years that the wrestling needs to put numbers in the program and on the jerseys so that people know who's wrestling, because not everybody knows everybody in town. As a dangerous ride here by the Knight. He was on top, and I mean literally trying to get a leg ride in, and looked like he was getting piggyback. 11-1 is our score. We're at 160 pounds. And it's 40-3 in favor of the Knights on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. In H&R Block. Offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville remind you, get those taxes ready right now. And then make sure you make an appointment with them. You can file your way. You can either drop off your stuff and have them prepare it and call you when it's ready, or you can do in person as well if you want to sit down with a tax preparer. 12-1 is our score. As an escape was awarded, pretty much let him go. So he feels pretty comfortable being able to bring him down. We're under a minute to go in the third period. The Knight obviously does not want to be the only Kenyon-Wanamingo Knight so far to be pinned. So he's doing his due diligence to not have that happen. Grizzly looks up at the clock with 40 seconds to go. Again, I think a warning might have been issued to the Knight wrestler. It's 14-1. Not a whole lot being done at the moment. He's trying to drag him back, and now he did give a 1-point penalty on the stalling. It's 15-1. There's 10 seconds to go. Another penalty point is awarded. It's 16-1 with 6 seconds to go. That's a tech fall. Which makes it 40-8 in favor of the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights on the Channel Inn Warsaw.
Milo Peterson Ford in Kenyon has been family owned and operated since 1961. They value every single customer. More new vehicles are arriving on their lot every day. An excellent selection of pre-enjoyed vehicles are available. No pressure there either. Speaking of pressure, remember Milo Peterson Ford is a place to go for tires for your vehicles also. They have all the name brands. Parts and service department is second to none at Milo Peterson Ford, Highway 56 North, Kenyon.
This is Bartle, who got moved up to 171 pounds. He's going up against Isaac Quast. Already told you that he's number one ranked at 160. I think that's the case. Let me double check again. No, he's number 4 ranked at 160. He's got the elevated left leg of Quast. He's trying to trip him, and he fanned on a trip twice. He drags that leg and gets him down. So a 2-point takedown as Bartle. He's working on top here. Quast. We're at 106, or it's 172 pounds. Actually, it's 171 now. At least I thought that's what they made it. What they have in the program is .171 is listed for Kenyon-Wanamingo. 172 is listed for Waterville Legion Morristown Janesville Waldorf Pemberton. It looks like a fall, and it is. 17 seconds. Bartle gets the fall in 17 with 17 seconds left in the period. That adds 6 more. It is 46-8. Kenyon-Wanamingo as we go to 189.
Since the turn of the century, Federated Mutual Insurance Company and many of our employees have called Owatonna home. We work hand in hand with our neighbors through giving, volunteering, and focusing on community initiatives. We invest in this community because we love to see opportunities and advancements, such as the new high school and the downtown developments. We enjoy seeing the citizens of our great community continue to grow and thrive. And above all, we are proud to be part of Owatonna's rich history and all that Owatonna has to offer.
They're at 189 pounds. I do believe this is Aiden Lindell for Kenyon-Wanamingo. And neither team has a ranked wrestler at this weight. Lindell's on top. And I did not write in the Grizzly here for some reason. On the program, it says it's open. Or no, it doesn't say that. It says there's 2 options here. Well, I'm going to go with the junior Maddox Marino. No, it's a freshman, Kevin Sheehy. Knights up 2-0. 57 seconds to go in the first period. Lindell on top by that 2-0 score. It'll be a quick match tonight. A lot of falls, and in the first period falls for Kenyon-Wanamingo tonight so far. As the Grizzly breaks free and then turns and gets a single leg takedown. Well, he didn't get the takedown, I guess. 2-1 is their score. He got the escape point, but not the takedown, because grabbing that left leg, well, Lindell's back on top now. He's a little high, and so the Grizzly wrestler trying to bring him up over his head. 2-1 is our score at the end of the first period in favor of Lindell. Rudy Kosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone. We're at Waterville Elysian Morristown High School. Lindell will be down. I think this is Sheehy will be up. The official had made them restart. Lindell gets out of the down position. He's on top now. He's picked the left ankle. Curled up into a ball is Sheehy. Got his leg in between the leg of Lindell. The coaches are telling Lindell what he should be doing here. And I'm sure the same is true for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. A couple more points awarded. It's 4-1. Minute 23 to go here in the second period. Knights had this firmly in hand, up 46-8 on the team score on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. They're always a great place to go after or before whatever sporting event there is. They're big-time supporters of the community. And, well, all I can tell you is Mr. Lindell was on the back of, I think this is Sheehy. And they call a stalemate. 4-1, Lindell leads. We're at 189 pounds, which means we got a couple of weights left. Remember, they eliminated 195 this year, changed a bunch of weights. They eliminated a weight entirely. So there are now 13 weights instead of 14, which they used to have. An odd number makes sense to me. Never did make sense to me to have an even number. Lindell's trying to break him down. He's got that leg right in. Trying to grab his head was Sheehy and a potentially dangerous or just a stalemate called here by the official. Meanwhile, the Knights, I think, said we've got some blood on the mat. So the official's going to wipe that up. Neither one of them are going for blood control here, so I don't know. It must not have been blood. Must have been some perspiration or something. Any event, Lindell breaks down the Grizzly. Gets that leg right in again. His right leg inside the left of WEM JWP. Now he's got a single leg, and he snaps him down to the mat and then gets control as the period ends. Did they award a takedown there? No, they did not, I don't think. 4-1 is going to be the score. Lindell leads as we go to the third period. Coach Lexvold, of course, got to make, there's 4 Lexvolds over there on the bench. The father and the 3 sons. Nathan, the head coach. Single leg by Lindell. The left leg brings him down. He kept his head down, though, and grabbing that head was the Grizzly wrestler. He's trying to get his head out, and he does! Gets his head out. 6-1. Knight wrestler leads. Minute 38 to go here in the third period. Team scores 46-8 on the Channel in Warsaw scoreboard, where you always score a terrific meal. Fantastic entertainment. The atmosphere is just really family friendly at the Channel Inn. Have entertainment every now and then, and some karaoke, and have a DJ come in, and sometimes have some live music. It's just awesome. Turning to face Lindell as the Grizzly, Sheehy, I believe it is. He's leaning his weight on the head. He keeps the head down. The Grizzly fans are pretty excited as he picks up the escape point to make it 6-3, or actually there's a takedown. Now he's got the left leg, and they're on the edge of the mat with 1:02 to go in the period. So he's cut the lead now to 6-3 as Sheehy. He looks to be bigger than 189 pounds. The Grizzly is a put-together lad. And he's trying to get a cradle in here. Lindell is a very tall wrestler. He does get him broken down to the mat. Did he get a takedown? I guess not. Would have made it 6-5. There's 30 seconds to go, so he's going to have to make a decision here. Do I go for it, or do I let him go and get a takedown? He again pushes that head down, looks up at the clock, 20 seconds to go. In a fetal position is Lindell. 6-3, the Knight wrestler leads. Getting frustrated is the Grizzly. He can't get a cradle in. 6 seconds to go. He's going to try to grab that arm and tilt him over, but he's got no time. He does get him down to the mat. No points awarded, I don't believe. And the final is going to be 6-3. 6-3, Lindell wins at 189 pounds. That makes the score 49-8 Kenyon-Wanamingo on the Channel in Warsaw scoreboard. We go to 2:15.
Taji Jewelry downtown Kenyon is the largest selection of diamonds available in the area. Owner Larry Taji is very picky when choosing them, so you know you're getting the best quality. Taji Jewelry has the best selection of Howard Miller floor clocks, wall and mantel clocks, Schneider cuckoo clocks, watches of all styles. Taji Jewelry can help you find a gift for any occasion. There's only one place where you get the Taji Jewelry difference. Small town service with a selection that assures you the perfect gift. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond.
Now we're at 2:15, and Aiden Lindell actually got bumped up to 2:15. He's going up against Mr. Marino. So they have bumped everybody up. At least that's what I thought I heard the announcer make for an announcement. Right now they both just have arm tie, trying to make a shot was the night. He'll back up and tried to get a single or a shot there. He was defended nicely by Marino for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Bremerton. Minute 4 to go, first period, no score here at 2:15. 49-8 is the team score on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. You always score a terrific meal, great atmosphere at the Channel Inn on Cannon Lake in Warsaw. Looked like he wanted to get a throw in here. That's going to be awful tough at 2:15. He was the Marino. And there, well, if this is Lindell, he's obviously bumped up a weight. But he looks to be the part anyway. Tried to snap him down. That didn't work. 2:15 to go. Nobody's been on the mat with knees at all yet. Grabbing that left arm, Lindell. He grabs the head, pushes into him. And that's the first period. No score. Not a ton of activity here at 2:15. Van Epps was listed here to wrestle at 2:15. The state-ranked Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights. Such a great athlete. Was a quarterback on the football team. Excellent baseball player. I think baseball is his favorite sport. He's obviously good at all of them. And I think I saw where he and Josie Flom are the AAA award winners for Kenyon-Wanamingo. So congratulations to those two people. Didn't have anything like that when I was a kid. Not that I would have won it. But you have to be involved in the arts as well as in athletics and have to carry a certain grade point average in the academics to qualify. It's 49-8 Knights. There's Lindell trying to snap down Marino and get a takedown here with approaching a minute to go in the second period. He was looking in to see he's picking hands. It'll be an escape for Marino. 1-0. The Grizzly leads here at 215 pounds. Lindell grabs the head, tries to do a single leg shot. It's defended nicely by Marino. Marino again defends a single leg. He grabs the head, does Lindell. Now dragging him down onto the mat. Oh, he put him on himself. He pulled him down to the mat on top of himself, did Moreno, and there's a pin with 17 seconds to go in the third period. 6 more points. Well, that was the second period. I'm sorry, second period. In any event, it's a fall, and it's 55-8 as we go to Will Van Epps bumps up to 285 to wrestle Keegan Kubal, I believe. Will is rated number 2 at 215. Kubal is the number 1 285-pounder. So this should be a heck of a match. Kubal's driving into Van Epps. Van Epps tries a single. He's got his head down. Kubal's got both of his hands down. He wants to snap them back to the mat. I think they're going to be off the edge. Yes, they are. Number 1, 285 versus number 2, 215. So Van Epps giving up a little weight here. This should be the highlight of the night. Minute 10 to go, first period. Wrestlers kind of feeling each other out in terms of strength and that sort of thing. Van Epps had pushed into Kubal. Now Kubal had just pushed into Van Epps, trying to sense the timing. Here he's got a single leg. Does Van Epps? Van Epps elevates it using his quickness here. He elevates and brings it down to the mat. A takedown for Van Epps and a 2-0 lead. As he's on top in the back, he's trying to bring him back down. He does. He rolls through, does Kubal, at the edge of the mat. No points awarded. It's 2-0 in favor of Van Epps. It's 55-8 on the team score. Kenyon-Wanamingo. And picking hands and getting an escape to make it 2-1 is Kubal. Van Epps taps the head. Kubal grabs the right hand. Now he goes down to his knee like he was going to shoot. Staying low is Van Epps. Doesn't want that guy's weight on top of him if he can avoid it. Taps the head again. Pushing the arm away. Now taps the head again with the right hand. Taps the head again. Taps the head again. And that's the end of the first period. 2-1 in favor of Van Epps. Highlight of the night here tonight. A couple of state-ranked wrestlers going toe-to-toe. Van Epps bumping up a weight to face the 285-pound Kubal. Again, the number 1 rated 285-pounder in the state against the number 2 215-pounder. Van Epps, again, tried to snap him down, was unable to get that accomplished. He just wants to... We're tied at 2 as an escape was awarded to Kubal. Van Epps trying to drive into him again. He has been the more aggressive so far. And, of course, maybe that's part of the strategy, right? If you're Kubal, he's got to expend a lot of energy. He's given up some weight. Kubal missed on a headshot, and then they go off the edge of the mat. Van Epps showing he is quicker. Minute 20 to go, second period. We're tied at 2. Van Epps went to a knee. There he gets the double. He picks the left ankle, brings him down to the mat, and gets 2 points awarded. It's 4-2 for Van Epps. Getting to his base, trying to pick hands. Here's Kubal. He gets brought back down by Van Epps to the mat. Van Epps from behind trying to tilt him here. That's going to be hard to do. Again, trying to get to his base there. He's back to his knees, or at least he was, is Kubal. Trying to get a tilt in here is Van Epps with 30 seconds to go in the second period. Van Epps leads 4-2. Trying to grab that leg. He grabs the left arm to try and bring it on top of the back and see if he can't turn him here. And I don't think that's going to happen. 15 seconds to go in the period. Van Epps is expending a lot of energy there on top. That might be, as I say, the strategy. Kubal, they're going to send him back to the center with 9 seconds to go in the second period. 4-2, Van Epps leads. Van Epps on top here. Just needs to hold on, not allow the escape, and he does. And that is going to be the second period. 4-2 is going to be our score in favor of Van Epps over Kubal as we go to the third period here in Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton wrestling action on the mighty 920 KDHL. 920 AM, 97.9 FM, the free KDHL app worldwide. Kubal now has his weight on top of Van Epps. And it shouldn't be as hard for him to turn him. He does get to his base for an instant, does Van Epps. It's 4-2. He doesn't have a takedown yet here. Van Epps has a hold of his arm. He still has a hold of a hand there. He tries to break that free. 4-2 is still the score. Van Epps on top. He's on the bottom, on top of the score, but on the bottom on the mat. As Kubal grabs the right leg, tries to turn him over, and they go off to the side. 1 minute, 12 seconds to go in the third period. Coaches for the Knights giving instructions to Will Van Epps. Number 2 ranked 215 pounder. Kubal the number 1 285. Ball grabs the left leg. Wants to bring him back down. Two quality wrestlers going toe to toe here with a minute to go in the match. It's 4-2 Van Epps. And he's getting a warning now on the bottom. It's Kubal having a heck of a time trying to turn him because he's not doing a whole lot, and that's why he got the warning. 44 seconds to go. Trying to get to his base is Van Epps. Kubal pressing that weight down on top of him, grabs that left leg, brings him back down. Trying to do a crossface. 28 seconds to go. Almost to his base is Van Epps. He looks up at the clock. 20 seconds to go. Kubal drags him toward the edge of the mat. Very close. He's going to get a warning on the body. He awarded a point. A stalling point is awarded. So it's 4-3 with 6 seconds to go in the match. Van Epps just needs to try to get to his base here to not get another stalling call, and that'll be it. 4-3 Van Epps. The number 2 215-pounder in Class A wins the match over Kubal, the number 1 rated 285-pounder in Class A. What a match. And the final score is 58-8. Kenyon-Wanamingo will wrap things up. H&R Block with offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. Reminds you to get those taxes put together and bring the paperwork in. It's the way I file. You can file your way. You can either file by bringing paperwork in, having them finish it. They call you when it's done. They call you if they have any questions. They say, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? I'm missing this. I'm missing that. You know, that's usually what happens with me, but that's how I do it, because my time is precious. I like my tax preparer, and I enjoy him a lot, but, you know, my time is precious. You don't get the time back that you waste in life, the hours sitting with your tax preparer, if you do it in person. Now, that may be your preference. That is a option for you to do at H&R Block offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. On the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard, your final score, Kenyon-Wanamingo 58, Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton.
The Security State Bank of Kenyon is celebrating their 90th year in business. Born in 1934 out of the Great Depression failure of 3 independent banks, Security State Bank of Kenyon was chartered July 23, 1934, and has been delivering community banking services ever since. Still family owned and operated, Security State Bank of Kenyon is dedicated to the financial needs of area farmers, businesses, and individuals. The Security State Bank of Kenyon says personal service, it's our style. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
It's always fun at the Channel Inn on Cannon Lake in Warsaw. Hey, it's Michelle. We would love to have you come out and have a good time. The Channel Inn offers delicious food like homemade pizza, roasted chicken, burgers, and sandwiches. We even have gluten-free, dairy-free, and some vegetarian options. We're open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Sunday. with later hours until 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The Channel Inn in Warsaw, just west of Faribault. Come for the food, stay for the fun. Get the details at thechannelinmn.com.
H&R Block offices in Owatonna, Faribault, and Lakeville remind you now is the time to get your paperwork in order for tax season. Book your appointment at one of the offices where in-person or drop-off filing is available. No computer program can ask every single possible tax question. The tax professionals in Lakeville, Faribault, and Owatonna average 10 years experience, and you can request the same preparer every year. File your way at H&R Block offices in Faribault, Owatonna, and Lakeville. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund.
Well, the final score again, 58-8 tonight on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard. Security State Bank of Kenyon wants you to take down this information. They want to assist you sometime in 2024. Many different ways. I know I've got, myself personally, some money there in the Security State Bank of Kenyon. They've got that's some pretty good rates you might want to check out in terms of mutual funds there at the Security State Bank of Kenyon. Member FDIC, and equal housing lender. The most exciting match of the night was the last one with Keegan Kubal, the number 1 rated 285-pounder, going up against Will Van Epps, the number 2 ranked 215-pounder. And Van Epps held on at the end. If that was going to go another minute, it probably would have been the other way. Final score 4-3 in that particular match. 8 falls, count them, 8 pins for Kenyon-Wanamingo tonight. They have more than pins. They got diamonds. They got cuckoo clocks, grandfather clocks, great timepieces at Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry.
The Security State Bank of Kenyon is celebrating their 90th year in business. Born in 1934 out of the Great Depression failure of 3 independent banks, Security State Bank of Kenyon was chartered July 23, 1934, and has been delivering community banking services ever since. Still family-owned and operated, Security State Bank of Kenyon is dedicated to the financial needs of area farmers, businesses, and individuals. The Security State Bank of Kenyon says personal service, it's our style. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Since 1876, Wanamingo Mutual Insurance has been protecting people in the Wanamingo area with agents who know the community. Daryl Clavin and Bonnie Herman are joined by Faribault Insurance and GMI Insurance Wanamingo to provide auto, farm insurance, homeowners, business owners, workers' comp, inland marine, and umbrella liability protection. Phone 507-824-2912 for details. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, a non-profit company developed to help neighbors. Main office located at 209 Main Street, Wanamingo.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Just 3 words, made in America. Real steel. Find yours at steelusa.com, or even better, go to Kenyon Ace Hardware, a certified steel dealer. Majority of steel products sold in America are made in America of U.S. and foreign materials. Batteries and chargers are sourced internationally.
When you start any project, the first place to go is Kenyon Ace Hardware. I don't care if it's on the farm or the home, any project, they've got what you need at Kenyon Ace Hardware. You're very blessed over in Kenyon to have such a terrific hardware store, folks. Kenyon Ace Hardware is truly the place to go in Kenyon. In our final score tonight, 58-8. Kenyon-Wanamingo. Liam Summers started. In the first period with a fall. The first 4 wrestlers. Brian Jacobson had a fall. Ryan LeCan had a fall. Reed Summer had a fall. In the first period, the first 4 wrestlers before Carson James got a win. 4-3 to make it 24-3. That was at 133 pounds. Carson James for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. Then fall for Luke Johnson at 138 or 9. Everybody got bumped up a weight for Kenyon-Wanamingo. It was 10-0. Gavin Johnson over Lucas Morshing. That was the only Kenyon-Wanamingo night that won that did not have a fall, I do believe. Trent Foss got a fall at 152. There was a tech fall at 160 pounds by Gavin Krause for Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton. As I said, everybody got bumped up a weight. So Bardo went up to 171. Got a pin with 17 seconds to go in the first period to make it 46-8. Aiden Lindell 163 at 189. Actually, he bumped up to 215 and got a fall in the second period to make it 55-8 at that time. I don't know who is resting for the Knights, frankly, at 189. And again, Will Van Epps defeats the number one ranked 285-pounder Keegan Kubal in the thriller of the night. He was up 2-1 after the first period, 4-2 after 2 periods, and hung on to win it by a score of 4-3 in an impressive outing. Kubal, outstanding wrestler, obviously, number one at 285 pounds coming into tonight. Will Van Epps, the number 2 215-pounder. We're trying to do more wrestling, and I do apologize that I'm, not a wrestling guy. I've seen a lot of it over the years, but believe me, when we do state tournament action, we try to get actual wrestling people to do our coverage. Now, I think people over in Knights country are kind of used to Gordy and his call, maybe not getting all kinds of holds, but telling you, he's got his right ankle picked or something like that. And I've had some people say that they prefer that because they don't know the hold. So, I don't know. We'll give it the best of both worlds. Big thank you to all of our super people who made our broadcast possible tonight, including the Channel Inn in Warsaw. I might be heading there right now. I made myself hungry talking about them all night. The Channel Inn in Warsaw, where you always score a great meal. On the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard, your final score again from Waterville, Elysian, Morristown High School, 58-8. Also on our broadcast, Taji Jewelry, downtown Kenyon. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond, Milo Peterson Ford in Kenyon, where they have service after the sale second to none. At Milo Peterson Ford, I experienced that again today when I was over there in Kenyon. And you can experience it as well. You can buy vehicles, let's be honest, on a lot of different car lots all over the area. But where they really beat the competition is the service they provide at Milo Peterson Ford. Security State Bank of Kenyon insists that you take down their information on their website, ssbkenyon.com, ssbkenyon.com. Take down information from their website and use it to your advantage. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. They love serving the Kenyon community and the entire region for that matter. Security State Bank of Kenyon. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance Agency in Wanamingo also brought you our broadcast tonight. Amesbury Truth, Federated Insurance out of Owatonna were terrific sponsors as well here in Waterville, Elysian, Morristown High School. Again, your final score on the Channel Inn Warsaw scoreboard is 58-8 in favor of Kenyon-Wanamingo. You always score a terrific meal and great atmosphere at the Channel Inn in Warsaw. Till next time, this is Gordy Kosfeld. Tomorrow, we are scheduled to have girls basketball from Maple River, a Gopher Conference game, Bethlehem Academy. We'll see if it happens, right? There's supposed to be snow coming our way. Saturday afternoon, I'm supposed to head to Winona as the the St. Mary's University Cardinals host a reeling Carleton Knight team who's lost their last 2 games, giving up 91 on Saturday and 87 last night. They got to get back to playing Carleton Knight defense. They can get back in the win column as they take on St. Mary's in Winona. And St. Mary's last Saturday defeated the team that Carleton lost to last night, McAllister. So there are no gimmies. No gimmies in the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. A copy of this broadcast is available by Gamecast on our website. That's right. You can listen to that final match at 285 where Van Epps bumped up and defeated the number one 285-pounder Kubal 4-3. Oh, you can listen to all the matches, but that was kind of the highlight of the night in my mind. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm. It's going to get bone